this would be where the tornado is, right on top of Ferguson, downtown Somerset. So we are likely dealing with a tornado here. So let's amp this up a little more. We've had a spotter tracking a tornado here. The radar is terribly impressive with this. If you are into areas between Somerset and London, get to the storm shelter now. I know a lot of you guys are probably really scared right now. Here's what to do. We're just going to stay calm. We're going to listen to our moms or dads or grandparents or our relatives or whoever we're staying with at the moment, all right? We're going to listen to them. We're going to follow the instructions and remember what we did and what we do when we have the tornado safety drills at school. Remember what we do? We go to the center part, we find the hallway, the center part of the school, and we crunch down and we get low and we cover our heads. That's what we're going to do right now, okay? And I promise we're going to get through this. Just hang in there. And if you got a bicycle helmet, put it on. You got a batting helmet, put it on. You got a football helmet. Whatever it is, hard hat like we got here. Hey, listen, I don't care how stupid this thing looks on me. I'm going to put it on right now. There you go. Take a look at downtown Somerset, Jim. Let's hit those individually and see what we're dealing with. And you see all kinds of destruction there. Looks like a building, a business is leveled on that one. This all coming out of downtown Somerset. Look at all the lines down. And Jim, that's, if you look beyond that, you see a lot more damage. And when you look at that second structure behind that church, now, supposedly from London, a little bit ago, and no reason to believe it's not, but you can see there in the distance. And the amazing part is that the structure of that tornado looks exactly the same as when it was in Somerset.
Yep.
You see the power flashes. So, and that likely is looking south from the vantage point, or it hit south of downtown London based on the shear track towards Sublimity City.
Ooh.
That is from the London airport. That is an air evac. Look at that thing. So that's what's left of it. Now, obviously that was there, used by hospitals in the region, right? And I mean, that thing is just torn to shreds. We hope and pray there are no injuries or fatalities, but when you see the videos and the pictures we're getting in, it puts your stomach just drops out a little bit, doesn't it? Because you know some folks probably have been injured within this.
This is a live picture for this morning from Laurel County. London Mayor Randall Weddle told WKYT there were several fatalities in the community, and we now know that there have been 9 so far. He says a lot of people were injured as the storm blew through. Mayor Weddle says crews are still searching through debris, looking for anyone who may have been hurt. And with the storm moving through so quickly, many people were seeking shelter as it hit. One family in London details the terrifying moments they huddled in the hallway as their home was ripped apart.
She got scared, so we went to the hallway and we were in there maybe, 2 minutes? Because that's the closest areas we have. And then my husband and my son come running in and pretty much jumped on top of her because you could feel the air and everything sucking, and it sounded like a train. And then we saw stuff falling, and the next thing we knew, he said most of the house was gone.
2 or 3 minutes ago, the fire chief approached me and told me that they have learned of 1 fatality here in this community, but they say that given the damage and destruction, it could have been much worse. The Pulaski County Area Technology Center is a command center, but as you can see behind me, it suffered damage as well. You can see electric outlets hanging from the ceiling, and you can actually see straight through the building behind me to another building back there that was damaged as well. Just one example of the wide swath of destruction in this community.
We're fortunate it wasn't worse.
Late Friday night into Saturday morning was something these city and county officials say they have never experienced in their official capacities.
It appeared to come right across our house. I'd never seen lightning or wind like that at home.
The damage was centered in South Somerset, north of Burnside, and areas to the east and west. But with the twister hitting at nighttime, it's still too early to determine how much damage was done.
We've had a lot of houses destroyed just above Lees Ford Dock on West 80
It touched down there. We didn't realize it just a couple hours ago.
Along 27, the South Speedway was damaged, along with the church, a strip mall, and numerous other places. Power is out to a large area south of Light 19, and the busy 6-lane thoroughfare was closed because of the debris and all the power lines down.
Roofs are gone, windows are gone, people are outside. Luckily, no injuries. I don't know how we survived the night without many major injuries.
And just knowing what other communities have been through with devastating tornadoes and flooding, in spite of the challenge, it's hard not to be grateful that it wasn't worse.
And this had a life cycle of greater than 500 miles from Missouri to right at the Virginia border in southeastern Kentucky.
That's when it finally started losing the spin.
That's right. It was spinning that entire time. Didn't produce a tornado the entire way, but it did drop tornadoes along the way in that same storm that devastated Somerset and London.
I mean, I honestly thought we was going to die. I really did.
Devastation in the Commonwealth as a deadly tornado rips a path of destruction through southern Kentucky.
We saw stuff falling, and next thing we knew, he said most of the house was gone.
The full force of Mother Nature forever changing lives in the hardest hit areas.
To continue to pray for our first responders, pray for all the families. Lives have been changed forever here tonight.
Tonight, WKYT has team coverage on the ground in Laurel and Pulaski counties as emergency crews and families began the first hours of a difficult recovery.
Their life was in that house, all of their belongings, and there's nothing that's salvageable, so.
Homes reduced to rubble and lives forever changed as daylight brought a sobering look at the destruction in southern Kentucky. We welcome you to WKYT News at 6. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Amber Philpott. Thank you for joining us as the Commonwealth faces yet another major disaster. And as Kentucky begins to pick up the pieces, we are getting a glimpse of the tornado that left a path of destruction. That tornado hit approximately 11:49 p.m. in Laurel County. This is video appearing to show that tornado near the London Corbin Airport. Governor Andy Beshear confirming at least 18 Kentuckians have died, 17 of those deaths in Laurel County alone. The governor says there are reports of a higher death toll and the number could actually rise. 10 people are also listed in critical condition. Many more are receiving medical care. The governor says that they are also working to confirm the number of missing individuals. Earlier today, the governor toured the damage in Laurel County, saying that it was hard to see. The governor says he declared a state of emergency and has made a request for a federal disaster declaration.
Like, we can't know why we keep getting hit over and over and over. Kentucky has gotten knocked down more times than just about anybody. We've gotten up every single time.
But if you just look around Laurel County, and I drove around a little bit earlier, you can see the damage pretty much everywhere. You can see it in concentrated areas, but it's really intense when you get into the heart of it. You can see light poles that have snapped in half. You can see entire roofs taken off of homes. And we did hear from Senate President Robert Stivers, who represents an area close by. This isn't exactly his district, but he did explain what it's been like to see this damage. And he said it's really hard to describe it to people who just don't know what this area is like.
You want to sit here and think, my gosh, you know, how do you explain this or how do you describe it to the world? There is no picture that can describe this in either film or photograph.
Our crews were on the ground in Laurel County all night long and throughout the day today, and they've been capturing the damage and checking in with those impacted by it. And WKYT's Alyssa Williams was in London today, seeing the devastation firsthand. She has more from survivors.
As the sun came up Saturday morning in Laurel County, those who live here were finally able to see the devastation. Full homes wiped out, cars crushed beyond recognition, and lives completely turned upside down.
We don't have clothes, we don't have shoes, we don't have anything. Technically, it's all destroyed. I don't even know where we're going to sleep at the moment, so.
For Tina Carnes, this isn't her first time dealing with severe weather at her home off Old Whitley Road. Straight-line winds damaged her home 17 years ago, resulting in $50,000 in repairs. But this time, the damage goes far beyond fixing.
thank God Almighty, my family is okay. They didn't get hurt. Everybody's alive and well. They all got in the closet.
Usually Carnes is the one helping others. She is the CEO of Kentucky Neighbors in Need, an organization that helps the unhoused community. She says she was actually in Pike County taking part in a program that helps those facing natural disasters while the tornado took out her home. She never would have imagined coming back home she'd be the one needing help.
It's done a 180 on me. I mean, it's, yeah. So I need help right now. I've lost everything.
She says what she also needs is help for her organization so they can help others who are without a home right now. But she also needs assistance finding her dog.
I think my Sadie girl, I think she's buried in there. And I can't get people to come and clear out the debris to get to her.
Over on Court Road, Tanya Poindexter says her home and wildlife rescue was damaged, wiping out the electricity and all the food for her animals.
I mean, I honestly thought we was going to die. I really did.
Poindexter says she doesn't have insurance, so she's unsure how she's going to manage getting back on her feet. But she says folks who follow her rescue on social media are coming out in droves to help make repairs and pick up animals.
I didn't have a chainsaw, I don't have nothing, and I don't have the extra money to pay for somebody to come and help. And they want to. Makes it all what I do worth it.
It's a long road to recovery for both Carnes and Poindexter, but they're taking things one day at a time. In Laurel County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Her work coming full circle, and something that Poindexter wanted to make people aware of is looting, and this is unbelievable, but specifically people looking to steal pets. She says she's seen people wandering around her neighborhood. She confronted someone trying to steal her own dog, and she believes that people may be trying to take pets to get reward money for their return.
And we should say that the sheriff there in Laurel County said if you're thinking about looting, just don't do it at all. He said that in the news conference earlier this afternoon. WKYT's Destiny Quinn has been in Somerset for us all day, talking to the survivors there of overnight storms about how their lives were changed in just a matter of minutes. Destiny, what are you seeing where you are?
Foundation crumbled, windows blown out, a camper in pieces, and a new car completely destroyed. And that was just my first stop.
We were actually watching Final Destination, and then in the middle of the movie we got the tornado warning alarms, and the movie went on for a few minutes and then all the power went out.
The Somerset movie theater was one of the places hit Friday night.
The next thing I know, one of the workers were telling us to get down, and then the roof collapsed in one of the theaters and debris were flying. People were beating on the doors trying to get back in as they were trying to leave.
Samantha Taylor got separated from her husband and says it was the scariest moment of her life.
We were hunkered down in the hallway and I was helping a mom to shield her kids from the debris.
Another Somerset resident, Eric Cunnigan, had parked his brand new car at his mom's house, thinking it would be safe.
I didn't have a place to actually protect it, so I brought it over here and I parked it in it's actually a 27 by 27 block garage, very nice garage, and thinking it was going to be protected. You know, I would never thought a tornado was going to run right over top of it.
Just a few streets over on Bourbon Road, complete devastation can be found.
Really, I was panicked, but I was trying to stay calm. I just had to go get all my guys up.
Malcolm Ray works for Achievements Through Actions, taking care of men with intellectual disabilities who live in a community living home. He had seconds to get them downstairs.
One of them was moving kind of slow, so I got two of them downstairs. I come back up, I open the door, the ceiling's collapsing in, there's debris flying everywhere. The walls are caving in.
He got everyone to safety just in the nick of time. After the storm, he came outside to find his car flipped over.
This was terrible.
The men who lived there lost everything.
Their life was in that house, all of their belongings, and there's nothing that's salvageable, so.
And unfortunately, they're not alone.
Tornadoes are really scary and you never really think that it can happen to you. I've never seen a tornado like this in my life. Just pray for our community because we could really use it right now.
If you would like to support Achievements Through Actions as they pick up the pieces, we've got a link on the WKYT News app. In Somerset, Destiny Quinn, WKYT.
All right, so many stories and tough memories. And for people with medical conditions who require oxygen, Pulaski Emergency Management says you can call the number that you see on your screen here for replacement bottles. We'll put that number as well on WKYT.com. Our viewers continue sending in pictures and some videos of the storm damage across the Commonwealth. So we'll look at right now on your screen. You'll see the aftermath of a tornado that tore through Crooked Creek Golf Course in London. It also hit some nearby homes. Those were sent in to us by Catherine Johnson.
Also in London, viewer Shelby Thompson caught a tornado on her doorbell camera. Here's a screenshot from that footage. You can see it funneling down just behind that row of houses there. And in Barron County, Dave Merrill sent us this video of their shed after a tornado whipped through that area. If you have pictures or videos of damage in your area, please send them to us by going through our First Alert weather app. And in Pulaski County, a few places are offering support right now. The Pulaski County Situation Table is providing up-to-date information on storm resources. Help the Homeless in Somerset has opened their doors for people without a place to stay. And the Creek Somerset campus is providing food, water, clothing, and blankets.
And officials across the state are sharing some important addresses and resources for those who've been hit by the severe storms. First, they say that if you were impacted and you need assistance, call the Red Cross. That's your first call, 1-800-RED-CROSS. And for people in Laurel County, if you're searching for loved ones, you can call the KSP London Post at the number you see there on your screen, or you can head to the Faith Assembly of God in London to talk with them in person. Also on your screen is the number for the London Emergency Operations Center. Call them if you want to request a wellness check on someone. And if you need a place to stay, again, the American Red Cross has set up at the First Baptist Church in London. The Sheriff's Office says you can also call the last number on your screen right now for housing assistance.
It really is, Bill, unbelievable that we are here again talking about another tragedy. The governor saying this is his 14th since he has been in office, and really unbelievable for folks.
And this tornado that went all across Kentucky, we saw it entering when we were in our newscast yesterday evening in the Paducah area.
And at the worst possible time, which is overnight, which is not what we want.
I just got done talking with a man who lives in this trailer park home. He did not want to talk on camera. He's still a bit banged up, has staples in his head, and has a lot of minor injuries from this tornado ripping through. You can actually see what is the location of his home. You really can't tell that a trailer sat there just a few days ago. It's really incredibly hard to believe. And he says that the woman who lived here at this trailer home was knocked yards away, somehow also just having minor injuries. This is far from the only place in London and Laurel County that we have seen this type of damage. I talked to one woman earlier who had just moved into a home 2 weeks ago, and now she's having to move out just as quickly as she moved in.
1 minute you can have a lot going for you, and then the next minute, you may not have anything. So I guess that's when your faith has to show up.
Anita Smallwood says she just moved into her home off of Philpott Road 2 weeks ago. She said she moved from another home in London, but finally got settled. Then
I heard this loud, it was like the popping and cracking and stuff, and you could just feel the pressure. It felt like the roof was just coming off.
And part of the roof did come off, a beam sticking out of the middle of the home, where Smallwood says she hid with her 2 dogs. She knew then that she was not facing this alone.
I was praying for my neighbors because I knew they were getting the same thing, and I thought, this may be it.
Luckily, Smallwood is okay, but the evidence of the damage can be found all around her, from the homes with entire roofs missing and the snapped power lines and poles in the yards.
What else can you do? You have to rely on God and stuff when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, and it did, because we didn't know.
Smallwood says as the cleanup begins, faith leads the charge.
You have to believe that you can still move on and take care of things.
It's hard to believe that luck can be incorporated into Smallwood's situation at all, but since her old home hasn't been sold yet, she's able to stay there while the cleanup process continues. And I just wanted to walk you through a little bit more of what we're seeing in this trailer park community. This goes back there's so many trailer homes here, and a lot of them have damage, a lot of differing extents of it, some of them being completely wiped out like I had just shown you before, some of them just being knocked over a little bit, knocking into one another because they're so closely packed. So this is definitely a cleanup process that is just in its beginning stages, and we'll keep you updated on air and online with anything that develops here in Laurel County. But for now, live in Laurel County, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
Just a devastating scene there, Jessica. Thank you.